That's right, it's Zep in the step, got a honey drip, can't keep away. Hey, hey, hey. Little black dog coming to you this morning, little black dog. On this special report hump day. Holy Toledo, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read you a couple things. I have an update as of 9:40 this morning, Eastern Standard Time. 9:40 Eastern Standard Time, that is 6:30 a.m. out here on the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen. It's just about 8 o'clock this morning here. Let me see here. I will read you. This is the report that we're receiving, 9:40 Eastern Standard Time. No answer at NFN. Goes to a recording. No reply from email sent. Lady at the moving company that answered the phone doesn't give up any info. Says she just started there and has no idea who writes her check. How the hell do you take a job and not know who's writing your check? I think that was Shari Nott on the phone. Just a gut feeling. Just a gut feeling. But is willing. She doesn't know who writes her check, but she's willing to take a message and give it to the mysterious somebody she doesn't know. Shari and Chris's cell numbers are both non-working numbers. Now, of course, we are talking about the infamous Shari Nott of NFN. Yeah. NFN, what is it? National Field Network, National for Stealing All Your Money. In the last 48 hours, we have somebody right now monitoring the courts in that area to find out if she's filing bankruptcy. We have not got that confirmed, but we are on top of that. Since Friday, the phones have not been answered. I don't know who Scott or Lisa or Liz is, but these are all people that have answered the phone. Every name that I give you in this special report, ladies and gentlemen, in this special report about NFN, please pay attention. Start filing lawsuits, start filing liens. I have already been in contact with Z Lien this morning. They are standing by waiting for your calls. And I explained the situation. I said, here's the situation. Company isn't paying. They believe she might have filed bankruptcy, but she's shuttered the doors and they're moving out of the shops. Keep an eye out on US Best. US Best may be on the rocks too, so be careful with them. But today we're going to talk about NFN in the North South Dakota area alone. Close to $5 million worth of contracts that have not been paid in that area. The Miller Act, look it up. It may apply here. It may apply. These are government contracts. It's a federally insured loan. It's a government contract. The Miller Act, ironically, being the supervisor of all this crime is Eric Miller. We'll get to him in just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we will. There's a Chris, there's a Lisa, there's a Liz. Anybody you have talked to at NFN and you have written their name down or you have it on an email, this is what you need to do. You need to start legal proceedings and you need to start with Shari Nott, and you also name every single person you ever spoke with at NFN. Who's the contract? Who is NFN? Who's the work they're subbing? Whose work are they giving to you? Is it the reverse mortgage service people? Because they claim they've already paid people. They claim Shari Nott got the money. They claim Shari Nott has been issued a check for everything she invoices on a monthly basis, like clockwork. We're looking, you have 2 states that have $5 million worth of non-paid contracts. There's 48 more states, folks. 48 more states. $5 million for 2? Come on, we're looking at some serious change here. We might be talking $50-60 million in fraud. We're crossing state lines using electronic means to do it. Hello, Rico. Hello, Rico. Hello, Rico. That's what this is, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sorry, but it's hard to be nice. It's hard not to get condescending. It's hard not to be a jerk sometimes. When myself and somebody else across the country on the East Coast, the lunatic in the mountain, you know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. Like him, love him, hate him, leave him. I don't care. You don't like the way he delivers his message and you want to whine, bitch, cry, and moan? That's because the message affects you. He has not lied. Not one person can say he's lying about what's going on in this industry. Does he get sideways sometimes? Hey, oh well. Kind of like our president. They don't like what he's doing, so he has to be a racist. What kind of concept is that? That's crazy thinking, folks. Crazy thinking. So, here's the people I get upset with, though. Because they're industry voices. They're well respected. They've been around a long time. They're part of the problem. Mr. Robbie Sanchez. Mr. Derek Weathers, Jerry Hahn, Gene O'Neill, Brett Douglas, Rich Rue. They're all happy with the status quo. They don't want to rock the boat. Their cushy little nepotistic business arrangement will be jeopardized. But yet, people in social media hang on these gentlemen's words because they are industry veterans. You're part of the problem, and you know it. And so is Eric Miller. He has been supervising criminal activity. Eric Miller has known about NFN and the crime and the theft that Shari Nott has been committing for 4 years now. For 4 years that I know of. So you know he knew before. You know he knew before. I know people have been screaming about getting cheated out of money and screaming that they were an employee, not an independent contractor, since 2010. When is labor going to stop, pull their head out of their butt, and come together and say, hey, look, enough is enough? $5 million. One company owes $5 million in North and South Dakota. And bitch is driving around in a Jaguar? Pardon my language, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon my language. She's driving a Jaguar! A Jaguar! Somebody needs to attach that if she's going bankrupt. Somebody attach the Jaguar. She only needs a $100 car to get around. She don't need a $75,000 car while she's not paying you your money. You want to start? Find out. Is NFN licensed? Do they have a license in North and South Dakota? Find out who your licensing agency is. She's profiting on your money. She didn't pay you, so she got 100% profit on the job you did. She has taxes. She's liable for taxes. Do you have a state that has a usury tax, a surcharge? You have to pay a sales tax on services rendered? You didn't get paid by her? That's who you go talk to. Start using the taxing agencies. And this is why I have been screaming for so long about the employee independent contractor issue, ladies and gentlemen, because it will be the taxing agencies that go after these companies, and you won't have to come out of pocket for a lawyer. But I'm just stupid. I'm just somebody, oh, I did something 30 years ago, so I don't have any credibility today. That kind of mentality is a little out there too, folks. Nobody's ever said I'm lying. I've never been sued for lying, so and I don't pull punches with people. Take that to the bank, if you will. But wake up. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's very, very difficult to have a little bit of compassion here. When I've been screaming about this woman, I started writing about Shari Nott in 2013. 2013, she has been written about stealing from people, and it's gone on for the last 4 years. Everybody keeps allowing it, keeps allowing it. I don't know why. I do not know why. Why do you keep allowing it? Holy Toledo! Think about it, folks. I keep hearing all these companies, oh, well, they got da-da-da-da. You stop doing business this way and force the issue. My understanding, you're going to want to go get NFN. You're going to want to go get who's behind the work. Is it Reverse Mortgage Solutions, RMS? If it's them, you attach them and everybody on their administrative staff. Just start attaching everybody and let the courts throw out what they want to. That's very important. Attach everybody and their mother, including everybody on the board of directors of NAMFS and Eric Miller. Eric Miller is complicit. He is a co-conspirator, a co-defendant, if you will, for not enforcing, and so is the members of the board of directors, for not enforcing the canons and standards of that group. This is a 501c3. What is their cause? How are they a tax-deductible organization? How? They take money to survive. It's not donated money. It's fees to be a member. What do you get? Do you get something in return? What do you get for your membership? We're going to talk more about that tomorrow on the 501c3 Preservation Thursday, of course, brought to you by the Lunatic in the Mountain, foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen. Up to the minute fraud reporting, foreclosurepedia.org. Before we go any further, let me address the issue. I spend a lot of time doing this. I've been on the phone for 4 hours this morning. What time is it right now? It's about 8 o'clock. That's how long I've been up. It's 8:09 on the Pacific Coast, ladies and gentlemen. I've been up for 4 hours on the phone with different people, gathering information to give to you. I don't charge people. I sell stuff on my website, a tangible item, but for what I'm doing right now, I don't charge. But it costs money. It costs time. And it's the same with Mr. Williams and foreclosurepedia.org. He has compiled a ton of information. And for people to come take this information and just use it and not even say thank you, I mean, come on. At least have enough manners to say thank you. We really appreciate it. I mean, I get thank yous all the time, and I appreciate the accolades and everything. And I do put, I have a whole page on the website of testimonials from people about, helping and this and that. And that's all fine and dandy, but it costs money to keep the lights on. And when Mr. Williams is more instrumental in recovering money than I am, Zealing.com, don't forget Zealing.com. We're going to get to them in a minute. I've been on the phone with them this morning too. So, but if you can donate, folks, hey, look, $5. If you can do a $5 bill, it all helps. It all helps. It all helps with the internet fees. It helps with the phone bills. It helps, keep, as I call it, keep the lights on. We want to bring information to everybody. We want to do what we're doing. We do it because we are passionate about labor. We're passionate about labor. Why? I am labor. You are labor. We are labor. So let's get the crazy concept out of our mind that just because we're labor, we're immaterial, because we're not. Without labor, it's a tough dichotomy. It's a chicken egg issue. Without labor, the work don't get done, but without work, you can't have labor. You don't need it. They go together, ladies and gentlemen. They go together, so they got to work together. Behind NFN, I think, is Safeguard. I could be wrong. Keep the information coming. It's like I'm saying, keep the information coming. What is going on? Where does this crap come from? Somehow I got some weird thing. I get pop-ups now, and I'm pissed. I'm going to have to hard set this deal. Let me see here. The Miller Act. The Miller Act is something, I think it was last enforced in 1935, and it needs to be resurrected. And this is why. And this is why I'm saying it's a law on the books, what is it, Title 40 or something like that? Let me see if I can find it. But what the Miller Act is, when you do a government contract such as HUD, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they're all government-backed mortgage houses now. When that is going on, anything FDIC, anything federal, the Miller Act is in play. And what that act did, what the Miller Act did, it forced. It's been on the books since 1894. This is how long, ladies and gentlemen, this is how long non-payment issues have been recorded in the United States of America. The Miller Act was specifically designed to prevent subcontractors from not getting paid. Companies had to put a bond up if they had a government contract that would ensure not only if they defaulted, the contract issuer, the government, would have some kind of resource available to them to remedy the situation, and or the subcontractors got paid. That's what the Miller Act is about. Maybe your attorneys might want to refresh themselves on that. And again, I find it ironic that the overlord of the criminal enterprise called the National Association of Mortgage Field Services is Eric Miller. The Miller Act. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Your daily dose of irony brought to you by Eric Miller and the National Association of Management for Stealing. Yes, indeed, on this wonderful hump day, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, it is a little chilly. Got down to about, I don't know, 20 or something. It got cold last night, but still hasn't warmed all the way up this morning. So, again, I ask, NAMFS, a 501c3, why and how? What is their mission? What is their cause? Do they have a cause other than taking, allowing their memberships to steal? I mean, think about this for just a minute. The membership steals from each other in addition to stealing from you. What kind of association is that? They won't enforce their canons and standards. We have Eric Miller on record as saying, when he was specifically asked this question, when do we get to address the membership of NAMFS and the criminal activity they conduct? His response was, we are not a policing agency. He's made no bones about his dislike for labor. He's made no bones about never going to bat for labor. He doesn't like labor. He boots on the ground. He never wants to hear that term again. Boots on the ground. How about we call it BOTA? Yeah. Boots on your butt, Mr. Miller. How about put the boots to your butt? Guardian Asset Management. They're another one that needs to be on this. Shari Nott, NFN, NFN Now, NFN LLC. Find out any NFN there is out there. Go find out the thrift stores that she's using, the storage units that she's using, the moving company that she's using. You attach everybody that she is involved with to this lawsuit, and you go get your money. You get with Zlean, Zlean.com. Zlean.com. Was on the phone with Mike this morning. Mike saying, oh my God, if you're getting ready to talk, we'll get ready for phone calls. He knows when I call them for information, and he told me 3 to 5 days is when the things get processed, folks. So this is something you do not want to go to sleep on. You do not want to go to sleep on. Get a hold of Zlean. They have somebody in that office that can tell you about the law. I don't care what state you're in. From Alaska to Florida, Hawaii, I don't care what state you are in. There is somebody there that will be able to help you. Zlean.com. I'll put the link in the description here. Zlean.com. Hang on, I'll put their phone number in there too. I think I have their phone number. It might even be up on this page here. Give me just a minute. Here we go. Ba-deep. Oh, we gotta. Yep, come on back here. Come on back. I know it's 855-595-5444. 4364. That is Zlean, zlean.com. Mechanics liens made easy. Made easy. Made easy. Get over there. He'll get you guys taken care of. But any name, anybody you have spoken to at what you call it, at NFN, and like I said, NFN LLC, NFN now, I don't care what NFN it is, get them all. Get them all. Let the judges throw them out. Everybody and their mother, and make sure et al. Is at the end. You might have, and I was talking to an attorney, and he said it doesn't matter if you send in 10 pages of defendants. Get them all. Because they're floating around, they're changing names of their company. We already know through Foreclosurepedia's reporting that she was out changing names last December, November and September. We already know. So why now is there this big, oh my God, what do we do for our money? What do we do for our money? You guys should have been leaning properties a long time ago. As soon as, and this is me, okay? It may not work for your company. For Aladay LLC and moi, it did. You and I have an agreement. You're going to pay me on the 15th and the 30th of every month. That's our agreement. The 16th comes and I don't have my money. We have a problem. You just violated the contract. I'm not obligated anymore. I'm not obligated. You violated the contract, not me. When you don't get paid, how are you doing something wrong? How did you violate your contract? You did not. They did. And I don't care who it is, that's when the liens need to start going into place. And why do I say a lien? Go directly to a lien to get your money instead of trying to work it out? Because the assholes keeping your money, the property don't belong to them. It belongs to somebody else. And that's how they get pushed out of the way. Pardon my language again, ladies and gentlemen, but this is really frustrating. I've been saying the same thing. You go ask John Allen. You go ask Paul Williams. You can ask Brett Douglas. You can ask everybody I've mentioned, Rich Rue, Jerry Hahn, Derek Weathers. You can ask Gene O'Neill. I have been saying the same thing since 2010. Nobody can say that I have jumped ship or done anything different. I have been saying the same thing. Once a contract is broke, it is usually broke on their end. 99.9999999% of the time, they have violated the contract, not you. When a contract is voided by a party, you don't have to. You don't have to. And oh, by the way, I talked to another lawyer this morning that when I she questioned the legalese that's on work orders. She says, and her question was this. She goes, "Do you have any idea how they get away with putting that in play? That's illegal." Hello? What have I been saying? They cannot force a lien waiver. It's your only means. It's a right as a business owner to collect what is owed to you. You have the courts, but a lien, when you do work on a property, a lien is your right. And the reason I say lien them, Gene O'Neill doesn't own the properties. His company doesn't own the properties. Neither does Rich Rue, Mr. Sanchez, or any of the other people out there that are the voice of the industry that are advising you what to do and not to do. None of them have any risk at all. You put your money up, they didn't. They're just a go-between. They're just a switching house. That's all they are. They get the work order, they give it to you. They take a percentage for giving it to you. What have they done? This is why you lien the property, because chances are they're getting the work from somebody who's getting the work from somebody else. And this is where it gets so convoluted. And make no mistake about this, folks. I don't believe for one split iota of a second that when all this started developing back in 2009, when I watched it start unfolding, that Eric Miller didn't know what the hell he was doing and what was going on. No way possible. He has approved it, let it go, and continues to do it and perpetuate it. Evidence, Cheap Suit Jay. See, Cheap Suit Jay. He let him in despite everybody's objections. They approved him while he was stealing from labor. They approved him to be a member with forged documents, oh, by the way. That's why you want to put everybody on the board of directors, because they talk about this. They talk about this. And if we need to, we go back and we start subpoenaing people into court, and we start getting people into court that will go to bat for labor and say, hey, they're right. Look, they've already lost lawsuits out here on the West Coast. Why aren't more people pushing them? Why aren't more people pushing? You need to push back. I'm sorry, you need to push back. Robert Klein. That would be somebody else on there. Now, I'm pretty sure I have a screenshot of something coming. Here is something to discuss with your attorneys. As I go out today, I want you all to think about this for just a minute. It is common knowledge. Anybody takes a photograph. If I take a picture of you, even though the image is of you, that photograph is my property. My property. That doesn't mean because it has an image of you, I can go willy-nilly sell it without bringing you into the fold. But what it does mean is it's my property, and as long as I don't do anything to infringe on your image and debase you or anything like that, I'm okay. Usually it's a photograph of another person unless it's a celebrity or something. And even the celebrity doesn't get it because he is a celebrity. That kind of goes along with what goes on there. But the photographs, ladies and gentlemen, the photographs belong to you. Are they using them to profit at your expense? Talk to your attorneys about that. That's proprietary property. And if you're washing them with a little, what you booger, what are they? Well, it comes and goes. You know, like you know what I'm talking about. They put a watermark. That's it, a watermark. If you watermark the photos with your insignia, your name, your company, you got them. You got them. Proprietary property, your photographs, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, so let's recap. Since September, contractors have been getting the runaround. We've been writing since back in September, June, July, August. We've been talking about NFN as the next one going out the door. I warned everybody when JJ Batts left that company that there was an issue. You need to start getting your ducks in a row and get your money. I said it back then. I'm going to say it again. Lien the properties. Get the liens in place. Start talking to the attorneys. Talk to your... If NFN does not have a business license registered with your state agency, whether it be the Secretary of State, the Business Management Office, whatever it might be, whatever they call it in your state, if NFN is not registered with there, you immediately file a complaint with the Secretary of State's office and the Attorney General. This is how you get agencies on board with you to help you. Are you going to need an attorney? Yes. Down the road you probably will, but this gets the process started. This gets you guys foot in the door, as they say, before it can close. You want them looking at RICO violations. You want them looking at usury taxes. South Dakota has a sales tax on service. If you don't get paid, how do you pay the sales tax? They got to go back and get it from them. There's your help. And this is what I'm saying to labor. Start thinking. Start thinking here, folks. Be smart. Don't let this get you down. Yeah, the cat. One of the cats I talked to this morning, good dude. He's out $39,000. His buddy, there's somebody up there, $400,000. We're talking $5 million in 2 states, ladies and gentlemen. That'd be $125 million if it's $5 million for every 2 states in this country. That's how much money she's beat people out of. She's driving a Jaguar. Come on, think about it. Can you even afford the tire on a Jaguar? Can you afford to put the oil in a Jaguar? For crying out loud, a tune-up on a Jaguar costs about $600. $700. Think about it. Just start being smart. Start labor. You got to come together. And trust me, there's a lot of people on this that are going to be coming together. I have a feeling here. When you start hearing $39, $40, $75, $400,000, what's this lady doing with the money? We all saw the houses the Berg Horse and the booze checks and everybody was living in while they were stealing your money. They have no risk, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you lien the properties. They have no risk. They can't force you to go to their town where they issued the work order to do court action because subject matter jurisdiction prevails. That is who has subject matter jurisdiction over the case. You did the work in Charleston. The Charleston court gets to make the decision. That is how law and jurisprudence works, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't work whatever they want to write on a piece of paper and tell you to agree to. That's all voidable. It's all null and void. Trust me. You can believe that. Priority property. Priority property. Your photographs. Your photographs are a priority. Proprietary. That's the word I wanted. I'm sorry. It is proprietary property. That's the phrase. Your photos are proprietary property. That means you own them. But you have RICOs involved. You're not getting paid for your photographs. Let me see. And a Michael Brown name came up again. Michael Brown came up again in this mess. Remember the fraud that we reported on last week where Michael Brown is using a bad credit card to get people to, it looks like it's good because the charge clears, but yet it's a stolen credit card and it comes back and everything gets messed up down the road because he forces you to use QuickBooks versus PayPal. He knows PayPal is a problem, so always remember that. If you got a PayPal set up and somebody says, oh no, my card won't work with PayPal, huge, massive red flag. Huge, massive red flag because I talked to PayPal people and that's poppycock. Their program works with everything except fraud. And PayPal has one of the best fraud things. They'll hold both parties up. They won't let one get away like QuickBooks. 9 months later, they can come back and say, oh, well, that was done with a fraudulent charge. It was a stolen credit card. So we have to, that won't happen with PayPal. The money everything gets froze until an investigation happens. That's why this guy, Michael Brown, doesn't want you using PayPal. He wants you going through another system that he can beat. When you're doing business, ladies and gentlemen, always remember, here's your business 101 tip of the week. You have a company, you have policies designed that work for your company. You don't accommodate another company's policies that don't work for your company. If you have a certain payroll system, if you have a certain money, a shopping cart system, or however you work it with your monetary exchanges, it works for you, and that's the one that you do your business with, period. Never do business with somebody else on the other end, especially if you've never met and shook their hand. You don't want to go down the road with them where they're telling you, well, let's do it this way, and I'll do this on this end, and you do that on that end. It goes through your payroll system. It's just that simple. It goes through your bookkeeping system. It goes through yours, not theirs. That's a big red flag in fraud when they start wanting you to go down a road that you're not comfortable with. So always keep that in mind. Always keep that in mind. So, NFN, you go after them. You go after whoever C-level employees you have. If you talk, whoever the cubicle monkey, you name that person too. I don't care who it is. If you worked for NFN, please contact me. I got a few questions. Nobody will put you on Front Street. We'll keep your name out of it. But we do have some questions so we can put information together and people can investigate. That is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get reviewed by quite a few people. I guarantee it. There's going to be lawyers and all kinds of people looking at what's going on, listening to what's being said. And it's all because of the people out there that have provided that information and to help share the wealth, if you will. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. And yes, Shari Nott, NFN now, NFN LLC. If Safeguard is behind him, Safeguard, Robert Klein, all of his board of directors. If RMS is behind everybody involved with RMS. If Bank of America, you get Bank of America's mortgage department involved. Wells Fargo's mortgage department involved. If it's Fannie Mae, you get Fannie Mae involved. And don't forget, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac are the highest paid employees in this country right now, is what we're being told. So for them to be cutting fees is poppycock. Guardian Asset Management. They're taking over the contract. You're not getting paid. Attach them all is what I'm saying, and let the attorneys sort all that mess out, and you go on about your business and try to go make money. They have no risk. Lien the properties. Zlien.com, 855, what was it? 855-595-4364. 855-595-4364. Trust me, people are standing by to answer phones right now. Zlien.com. They will help you guys get squared away. They know they have been appraised of the situation. When you call them up, tell them Aaron says hi. Aladay says hi. We all do that. And remember, agencies, get your state agencies involved. Attorney General, they're committing RICO violations. Safeguard has 5 states suing them for RICO violations. The attorney generals are doing it. Get your attorney generals involved. Get the Secretary of State involved. Get your tax commissions involved. Get the Labor Commission involved. You're being cheated out of money you worked. Get these agencies involved with these companies so you're not out there by yourself, so you're not having to foot that lawyer bill by yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell you, folks. Start being smart. Start contacting these places and include the board of directors. Include the board of directors. I'm going to say it again. Include the board of directors of the National Association of Management Mortgage Field Services and Eric Miller, because he's supervising everything and he has knowledge of what is going on. And he knows, and he's known about Shari Nott and her criminal activity for a long time. He knows about them all because he listens to what I say too, whether he wants to admit it or not. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. Hey, if you can donate, you can help keep the lights on. It would be huge right now. Things are really tight, relocating. We're going to be there. I don't know if I told you or not, the guy I was getting ready to do business with, he died Saturday. So until the autopsy's done, it's a crime scene. So I'm kind of out in the wind hanging right now. I don't mean to laugh. It's a tragedy. He has a 4-year-old boy. We're trying to put something together for him too. The guy did. I just think it's important this child does know his father cared about him. So we'll probably sell his vehicles off or something and set some kind of little trust up for little Josh. He's 4 years old. So in a few years it'll be a little bit of money. Maybe he can go invest it. Know his dad took care of him somehow. We all know, everybody that knew Josh knew that how much he cared about this kid and what he tolerated to be able to have joint custody. And so we're all going to try to do something good for the kid. But that's the issue right now. If you can help keep the lights on, hey, a $5 bill will help, folks. Anything helps right now. Same with the lunatic in the mountain. The guy goes out on a limb. He gets solid information, and lawyers come get it all the time, man. They come get it all the time. If you can help keep the lights on, we sure appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up. Hey, you got a comment? Leave a comment down below, because that's how we get ideas for future shows. We get ideas for future shows based on your comments and your questions. We'll be answering them tomorrow. You can bet. Tune in tomorrow for Preservation Thursday. Of course, Preservation Thursday. Foreclosurepedia.org. Ladies and gentlemen, up to the minute fraud reporting. I just get to get on here and have a good time. It's going to be a great day, folks. It's going to be a great day. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the station. If you can donate, hit the website. Give us a donation. That sure helps too. Let's have a great day, and let's all be safe out there.